I don't know what in the Sodom and Gomorrah is happening within our world here today, but in case you've been living under a rock, then you probably missed the opening ceremony of the Olympics, where it was this LGBTQ mess, LGBTQ shamble in mocking and trolling of Christianity, specifically the Last Supper. It popped up on my Twitter timeline, and I remember looking at it thinking to myself, what does this have to do with the Olympics, with sports? Why are they openly mocking a religion? Absolute madness. Nevertheless, popular figures, non-mainstream popular figures such as Andrew Tate have been taking a stand against the madness. Nothing but agree with this particular sentiment. I mean, I plan on watching nothing of the Olympics. My eyes will not go to watching ads or even turning on a station where they can receive ad dollars or revenue when this is what they are putting in front of our eyes. And the thing is like, y'all know that children watch the Olympics, right? Yeah, y'all know that. And of course y'all do, because in the damn video, there's a child in it. And listen, here's the thing. Bump right there. Let's say that you're not Christian. Let's say you are any other religion. And let's say, you are someone who thinks that people get too offended nowadays. Let's say that you're on that camp. Please help me explain why that they are involving children in their shenanigans. There used to be a damn time that children would look at faces like this and run away screaming. I can put together clown montages where children get scared, but they're normalizing the clown work, the clown-like behavior. What in the RuPaul is this shit? I mean, you have the biggest, sweatiest one of them all representing Jesus of Nazareth. By the way, the athletes within the Olympics are in shape. The shot putters are not even built this big, but this is what it's come down to. A no-neck DJ mixing LGBTQ Jesus of Nazareth. Look at this, the bearded one on it. Look at the bearded one over here. What is this? This is a thing of nightmares. And my thing is like, listen, if you guys want to do this in the privacy of your own homes as consenting adults, that's one thing. But to involve children and to be marketing your product to who could be watching would-be children is nonsense. And I don't understand why there's such a sexual component to all of these things. See, the people in mainstream media refuse to talk about this because this is the Holly weird shit. If they come out and they start talking about this shit, well, then they're going to start to lose their sponsorships. They're going to start to lose their contracts. So it takes to impact them with your eyes, with your dollars. This is a capitalistic society. Take away looking at it, and then that's when they'll change the malarkey. And the crazy issue is that although they're marking the Last Supper right here, I don't think this is, hey, this is so weird. I don't even think that this is the weirdest thing. Now, I'm going to play this because it's going to show the difference between the respect given at the 2014 Russian Olympics versus the disrespect of what's happening over there in France right now. But there's a picture that's going viral. I'm not going to put it up on the screen, of this guy down here who has on like black panties. And there's a zoom in shot and his whole ball sack is leaking out the right side of the panties. Again, this was on TV. They got my man a blue Smurf with no shirt on and also has panties on, acting like this ish is normal. This is repulsive. And notice how in 2014, there's no overt sexuality. Everyone has clothes on. This is the fall of society. If you don't step up and say something, look at this demonic shit, or do anything about this. Meanwhile, in modern day today, they force you to accidentally watch a man's nutsack dripping out of his panties. So they successfully turned a major sporting event, in fact, the most major sporting event, into a pride parade. They finally came out and gave a, what I'm going to refer to as a non-apology. Let's watch.
Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think that Thomas Joly really tried to really intend to celebrate community tolerance. That was his word yesterday. And
this is like aiming a gun at someone's head and pulling the trigger and said, there was no intent to shoot this person in the head.
Looking at the result of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are of course really, really sorry.
Ma volonté n'est pas d'être subversif, ni de me moquer, ni de choquer. Ma volonté est simplement de dire que nous sommes ce grand nous et que hier soir, c'était des idées républicaines, c'était des idées d'inclusion, c'était des idées de bienveillance, de générosité, des idées...
It's so interesting how they package all of these words together. Generosity, solidarity. Right. You got to understand the stage gate that something like this, right? Like they're going to get a creative director. They're going to get all of the dancers. They're going to review it in front of a review board or committee, right? Because again, this is this is the opening ceremony, right? Throughout my I'm almost 40 years old. Throughout my childhood, I remember watching the opening ceremonies, feeling so much pride, so much respect. And now it's being utilized to push an agenda. This is like when you see news articles about drag queens in schools teaching these children while they're in full drag. What they're letting you know is that they're winning because they can do this on TV, not just with introducing this information to children, but then also to leverage a religion that doesn't support these activities, to disrespect it in front of countless people.
Et de solidarité, bref, de ce que je crois nous avons follement besoin. En France, on a...
If they were making fun of Muhammad, heads would be rolling.
En France, on a le droit de croire ou de ne pas croire. En France, on a le droit, on a beaucoup de droits, voilà. Et c'était l'idée de faire transparaître ces valeurs-là à travers la cérémonie.
This is definitely one of the worst non-apology apologies visible on the internet. In France, we're allowed to love who we want, how we want. I gotta see the comments for all of the Christians down into the comments. Yes, it's a free country, but why leverage an entire religion to parody, to mock, to make fun of in order to show how you want to love? And why show it in this sexual fashion to primetime TV? This sort of reminds me, and I've always asked this, I've always wondered this, when you take a look at like pride parades, right? When I used to live in Ohio, and when I did, I lived on a main street. There was a pride parade that was going down the street one year. And I remember waking up and I looked outside and I looked across the block and I saw a blimp of two penises touching. And I thought to myself, what is the purpose of that? Why are you celebrating who you are, who you want to love by showing two dick blimps touching at the tips? Doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you even proud of that? You should be ashamed. One of the major issues with children today, and which is why when I have kids one day, the internet will be off limits unless it's strict parental controls. And also, there will not be a social media account created until they are 18 years old because of how easy it is to come across perverse content all over the internet. Back in my day, you used to go through great lengths to see a static image of half of a titty. Nowadays, you turn on the TV to watch a sporting event and you are greeted with a grown man's sack. Absolutely absurd. I want to see the Christians down into the comment section right now. How do you guys feel about it? And let me also know this. Will this change anything with your viewing experience for the Olympics? I'm not watching it at all. If it's not a highlight that somehow makes it across my Twitter feed, I'm not watching it at all. I want nothing to do with it because I do not support what it is that was. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this content. Until next time, YouTube, peace.
You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell a man you can't jet. The big the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell a man you can't jet. The big the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. That bars need defibrillation ASAP. Get boxed with a straight gap. And reminded of mind state they lack. Every time that they climb, we go way back. All they wanna be is just